Yo, check that out. Advertising. What's good, man? What's happening? What's up? It's your boy, Ice Cream the Trucker, man. Hey. So on this good old March 1st, I figured I would finally give y'all this video. It's Fat Tuesday. So, your boy had to fade restos, you know what I'm saying? Get a little something to drink, a little something to eat on, Shit, feeling good, man. Got me a new cigar called Leather Rose. But yeah, man. So we'll finally give y'all this video that y'all been waiting on. How I got a $200,000 truck with fucked up credit. Yeah. First of all, let me make a disclaimer. Now is a terrible time to buy a truck. So I did what's best for my situation. So going out and leasing a truck might not be best for your situation. So just because I went and did it, don't mean you should do it. Some people are better fit to have a cash truck from the start, from the jump. Me, I made this choice, based on my decision. So first, let me give you a backstory. It all starts. It was a nice stormy night. Nah, I'm just playing. Actually, I had already been trying to get a truck for a couple years, and I was trying to find somewhere that didn't go based on credit because obviously my credit's messed up. But I am working on it. So don't nobody jump in my comments talking about fix your credit and all that stupid stuff. I'm working on my credit. But I started at one of the main companies I was gonna go to was Lone Mountain. Even though they do go by credit, it was like, I heard a lot of good stuff about them. Long story short, I ended up getting denied by them. I had looked and researched a few more places that did go by credit, but before they ran my credit, I just asked them straight up, hey, I got bad credit. What do you think I'm gonna be looking at for a down payment? It was like, oh, well, probably be looking at 30%. So I was like, nah. So then the trucks weren't astronomically high like they are right now. So they was, like regular price. So, a lot of trucks was 40, 50,000. They wanted like 30% down. Okay, cool. If I had a 30% down, but been in some bullshit jobs and I wasn't making what I needed to make to save up and stay afloat and, take care of shit all at the same time. I could save, yes. So I wasn't just not saving. I was saving, but I wasn't saving what I wanted to save in the time I was trying to save it. But, and if I would have been able to save it like I planned on saving it, I would have had a truck before now for a lot cheaper. Yeah. So anyway, now we got, what a hidden. So we got on the list. I started doing research. Everybody always got their own opinion. Everybody got their opinion. Oh, don't go get a lease truck. Go get a cash truck. Do this and do that. I did what's best for me in my situation. I already did my research on it, so I already knew everything that was gonna come with it. I know I was gonna be basically a slave to the truck, and have to run majority of the time to make sure my truck note is paid. I already knew that. I know what I signed up for. A lot of people get in leases and don't know what they sign up for. Don't know that the failure rate is pretty high. But I don't plan to fail, long as I'm able-bodied and I can keep working, I'm finna pay this truck off. So anyway, I found out about this place called Wasash Leasing through this dude that I was watching on YouTube. And I was like, I had came across him on the internet before, but just seeing a website, I was like, what is this, But when I heard him talking about it, I was like, okay. So he got a lease from them. So, obviously, naturally, I started asking questions to him. And he started telling me about it. So I started doing more research. So everything came to the end. I was like, okay, I want to get a truck through them. At the time, they had the cheapest payment of leases. And I'm talking about a straight lease, not a lease to where you go to a company and lease their truck. I'm talking about an actual lease where you can take your truck anywhere, not a company lease. So I looked into it, and my advice, if you're going to do a lease where you can take your truck anywhere. That's just my opinion. But I went, talked to the people on the phone and via email. I was like, okay, cool, I want to get a truck, blah, 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 blah. So the first time came around, and I was just, kind of figuring out how much it was going to cost. I didn't have the money, but at the time, it was only $5,000 down for a new truck at the time. I was like, damn, that ain't bad. But like I said, I wasn't making enough to get that quickly, plus, stay afloat and all the other shit. Next thing, I had already talked to SFI, which is where I got my truck from. I'd already talked to them before, and they was like, yeah, they actually do run your credit. I was like, well, your credit's low, but we don't go just based on the number. We look for certain things, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, cool. So what is my down payment going to be? Well, if you want a new truck, it's going to be the very first time I apply. If you want a new truck, it's going to be $7,500. Okay, that ain't bad. It was like, it's, we got 2022s, and, he was giving me the rundown on the specs on everything. And he was like, yeah, they got cameras. And like, cameras? What you mean? Yeah, we got a front-facing camera that faces out, and then we got cameras on the side mirrors. I was like, oh, no. So that really turned me off. So I stayed on the list for Wasash, and I was like, nah, I'm going to just wait. Applied again about 4 months later, because Wasash, they was out of trucks when I actually had saved up the money. By this time, they went up to $10,000 for the down payment. I had saved up the money. They didn't have trucks now, because now this is around the time the corona's happening, and it's starting to be a truck shortage. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? I already knew I wanted a truck. I wanted a newer truck, and that's just me personally. I wanted a newer truck because I wanted to be the first one in it, which technically I wasn't, but, and I want to know the maintenance records. I want to know the maintenance records because I want to be the one to maintain a truck, so I'm going to know that the truck has been maintained properly. That's just me personally. And I'm not mechanically inclined, so I was like, shit, I prefer something with a warranty. So got on the, made sure I was still on the list with Wasash. Started calling other places. I tried Accelerate Leasing. They wanted a few, I think like 2,000 or 3,000, 3,000 to 5,000 down, depending on the truck. But a lot of their trucks was used. But they also, I think they wanted like 3 months worth of bank statements and some more stuff. And I had the money in my account at the time, and it was like, oh well, we can't approve you because you didn't have the money in there for 3 months. I was like, well, I had to work for it and had to save it up, so I didn't just already have it from the jump 3 months ago. It took me 3 months to save it up, whatever. But so I was like, okay, well, that's out. But like I said, they trucks was used. So the last time I called SFI back, reapplied, and no, this is the second time I called them back. Hey, I want to apply for a truck. By this time, the trucks had went up on down payment, and they didn't have trucks in stock at the time because, you know, truck shortage because everybody's starting to get trucks and stuff. He was like, well, you applied here before last year. I don't know why you didn't get one. But now, you know, the deposit is $8,500, and you have to give us the whole $8,500 to get on the list. And then when your truck gets here, we'll let you know. I was like, I was kind of skeptical about that because, you know, no truck, but I got to give you my money. I didn't feel good about that. So I was like, fuck. I think I waited a couple more months, and I ended up leaving the last job I was at. And I just felt it in my bones that I was about to get my truck anyway. So, you know, I ended up spending most of the money I had being at home, investing into my business and, you know, other shit. So, the third time, it was third time, October. I called SFI back. I was like, shit. Honestly, it seemed like they're the only people that got trucks. So I said, you know what? I wonder if I apply for Snyder to get a truck, if I get a truck quicker, since it's called Snyder Financing. Since, you know, it's their finance company. And I was like, I bet that'll work. I bet I'll get a truck faster if I apply to work for Snyder instead of going to an outside carrier first. Boom, it worked. We started the process, did the application, all the drug tests, got approved. And, you know, once you get approved through Snyder, you damn near basically automatically approved with SFI. So I was like, bet. So that's it. They already had ran my credit. So now I'm like, damn. I think I was down to my last, whatever. I was down to my last little bread. I was down to my last little funds. I had been home for like, I think about a month and a half. So I had already been, you know, spending money, you know, paying bills. And I'm not talking about just blowing money on dumb shit. I'm talking about actually paying bills and doing shit I need to do. This last time came around and I got approved and got approved with Snyder and SFI. And he said, look, your lease signing date is November 29th, 2021. But you have to have your deposit in by November 15th in order for us to hold the truck. Oh, no, my bad. Hold on. Back up. He said, we don't have any trucks available right now, but what kind of truck do you want? You know, and they only have, at the time, they only had red, blue, I think smoke gray, and them the only three, and black. And I was like, okay. Now, the first other two times, you know, I was trying to be picky. And I was like, well, you know, I want a white truck, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I don't want a truck with cameras and all that other shit. So it's like when I stopped being as picky, you know, everything kind of just started flowing. So I was like, he asked, what kind of truck do you want? What color you want? What year you want? I was like, you know what? At this point, I really just want a truck. I don't even care what it is. Like, whatever comes available, that's what I want.